Hello everyone, Pally10 here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. In today's video, we are going to be playing the Elite Tauren Chieftain. Used to be, once again, one of the highest damage dealing warriors in the game. That got scaled back a little bit. He was way too strong in the early game, so they moved a lot of his early damaging talents to the late game. And now I feel like he's a much more difficult character to play in solo queue. So really, whether or not we win this game may not be entirely up to me, but up to our teammates as well, which, you know, should be the case anyway. Let's give it a go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on the Shire map today. I've done 2 practice games for E.T.C, and they have not gone well. So I am not optimistic about today, but I'm going to do my best. Regen globes increase the amount healed. Each regeneration globe you pick up permanently increases your healing per second by guitar solo, or of guitar solo by 3. That's definitely interesting. I've never used that talent. We have a Tassadar as our only healer. I've been going with the increased range on Power Slide because honestly, it's really good. E.T.C is all about the body blocks, in my humble opinion. He doesn't really dish out too much damage anymore. Maybe I'll go for Prog Rock. Maybe that's a thing that I have to do. Maybe. Because, again, we only have a Tassadar on our team. Tassadar did receive some buffs lately that have increased his healing capabilities, but he's not even in the same lane as us. And yeah, and as you guys probably know, the Shire map has a pretty big disparity between teamwork. You kind of have to fend for yourself for a large part of the game. So we'll see. Okay, so Jim Raynor already taking a ton of damage from the enemy team's Vala, walking directly into her. He doesn't have any heals left, and I don't think he really knows that. He's just kind of walking in and taking damage there. E.T.C used to be the king of the early game. Oh, he's gonna die. Used to be the king of the early game. The only person that could beat him would be like Zagara. So Blizzard didn't like that. He used to reign supreme back in the day of Diablo. Basically, after the fall of Stitches, E.T.C and Diablo were the kings of the Nexus. A lot of that came from the follow-through talent at level 7. I think my memory's a little fuzzy on this, but definitely came from the Echo Pedal, which has now moved all the way back to level 16. Essentially, you could cast any spell you wanted to, and in a fight, obviously, you're going to be casting some spells, and then you would just pulsate with a very significant amount of damage. We're not talking about passive burning rage damage. We're talking about, like, triple digit damage that you didn't have to do anything extra to get. Incredibly strong, I'm sure you can imagine. Are we gonna get Oofer? Yes, we are. Rexar, very low on health here, is pushing up pretty far as well. Of course, getting the healing from Ghost Uther there, so they're gonna be okay. There doesn't seem to be any UI indicator to keep me updated on how I'm actually doing on this progression rock talent, which is interesting. Let's see. Face melt, reduce cooldown, no. Face melts, no. I don't know. Let's go for the increased width and speed on Power Slide. This will allow me to stun more people whenever I decide to go in with my Q, and it's also going to make me travel along the ground a bit faster. E.T.C also used to be a lot stronger back in the day, quite simply because... Oh, nope, not going to make it that time, buddy. You're getting way too close. Needs to play a lot safer. He used to be a lot stronger because of the way that knockback abilities worked. So, obviously, we have our Q, which is our stun right now. But we also have our W ability, which is face melt. It just knocks people back. That's all it does. Nothing special, just moves people away. That used to interrupt channeled ultimates, so things like Lili's Jug of 1000 fuck yous used to be interrupted extremely easily by just pressing W. You didn't even have to aim it. See, this is a time where you want to play aggressive because you had great positioning there and you could have cut her off, but that's okay. That's alright. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to trust in my Raynor. We're in a very good body block spot. He is going to get the kill. Good job, Raynor. You're doing it. You're doing the work, you Mystic Goat motherfucker. Alright, so we're going to get this. I'm going to have to go back, but I want to get one more regen globe. It's a little weird that you don't have any graphical indicator for what that's doing. So, E.T.C now has a lot of his damage moved back to the late game, which severely hurts your laning phase. I mean, quite frankly, I feel like E.T.C is probably the lowest damage dealing warrior in the game. At least the way I keep trying to build him and the way I've seen other people build him. He really requires a very good response from your team in order to be competitive. So characters like Tyrande, characters like Kerrigan are amazing when paired with E.T.C. You guys can roam around together, you can pick up a ton of kills, and it feels really good. Basic attacks heal you while you're in your guitar solo. We're going to pick that up because I think we need it. Vala may be moving in to contest this. We did stop Uther and Rexar from getting this in the middle lane, so that's good. That's what we wanted to do. I'm going to go down here and get another Regen Globe. Basically, now whenever our E is active, whenever Prog Rock is... Why did you do that? Okay. Whenever Prog Rock is active, we're going to be healing off of our auto attack, so that should be a pretty good increase to our sustain, even more so than what Prog Rock is already giving us. Can we finish off anyone here? Doesn't look like it. I'm just going to back up a little bit. Can we take down Misha, maybe? All right, that's a start. We get a little bit of XP from that. That's good, that's good. And we could just heal back up with Prog Rock. Okay, I don't hate this talent. I've never used it before, but I don't hate it. Lots of deaths seem to be happening on the map today. Matchmaking's been a little all over the place in my experience today. Middle once again has been neutralized. Murky going down to the bottom shrine to take that over versus another Murky. Fascinating. And we see the Murky in his natural habitat. Oh yeah. Vala moving up top to take that, and we didn't even notice. Raynor is split off by himself. The enemy team is going to get that. Maybe. I'm not going to worry about fighting her. I'm just going to worry about interrupting, and we have interrupted. Now, why Raynor didn't worry about fighting her is different. I don't know why he did that. And, okay. All right. Okay. I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm not going to dwell on it. But we've had some questionable plays in this game so far. We're going to use Prog Rock to heal. I don't really think Raynor should engage here, and he was being hesitant that time. So, the enemy team, potentially one stun on Vala. So, one stun on Vala. We have stuns from Misha, we have stuns from Sonya, we have stuns from the Octograb, and we have stuns from Uther. So, I am not going for Mosh Pit, even though, in my opinion, it is the better ultimate. Instead, we're going to go for Stage Dive, land right here, and stop Rexar from doing anything. Hey, buddy! Hello! I'm E.T.C, and I'm here to kill you. Are we going to get any follow-up from the team? No, they are being attacked by Sonya, and that takes a little bit of precedence, apparently. Sonya is going to be taken down by the Archon, but we're taking a ton of damage. We may have to use our Q to get out of here, or we could re-engage with it, but we're a little bit too slow. If we had taken the upgrade at level 1, that would have been a kill there. Now, Raynor is taking the top shrine. Nope, looks like he's being interrupted by Uther. I thought Raynor was taking the top shrine. I like this heal at level 7. I was trying to go for some follow-through action, trying to rekindle some of the spark that E.T.C used to have in the early game, but that doesn't seem... I wasn't getting too lucky with it. It didn't seem like I could do consistent enough damage to people to actually make it matter. The Divine Shield coming out from Uther is going to be enough to save him because I couldn't get to him in time. Raynor deciding to go back instead of capping top, so we're just going to get that Regen Globe and then we're going to head top. Stage Dive does have 10 seconds left on the cooldown. I think my plan is just going to be to cap this and then head back. And then I could stage dive middle or bottom or wherever they need me. We do have global presence with this ultimate, which means we should be able to be in combat quite a bit. I'm going to ping that I'm coming in, stage diving right behind him. We're going to land almost directly on Misha. Can we secure a kill here? Moving in the way. Can we please attack Sonya? Okay, all right. We are buying time for Tassadar to get the Dragon Knight right now. We are taking a ton of damage, though, and we are going to be taken down. But in the general grand scheme of things, it's probably worth it in that scenario. The Dragon Knight just taking a ton of damage here. Just wasting the Dragon Knight. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay, all right, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. So, Rexar making his way up to the top lane. The enemy team did take over this mercenary camp that is doing a ton of damage to our structures right now as well. The Murkies are battling down in the bottom lane still. Jim Raynor taking care of that mercenary camp in the top. Sonya being punted away by the Dragon Knight. Okay, so pretty average game. We're pretty close right now, but as you can see, I feel like I've been in combat a lot, and I mean a lot. I would say 80% of this match has been me hitting people, and we just quite simply have hardly anything to show for it. We only have just about 9,000 damage done, which is not that good. We are probably gonna go. We're probably gonna go for Guitar Hero heals nearby or Guitar Solo heals nearby allies as well, because quite frankly, we don't seem to have a ton of healing output, which is fine. I mean, that's what you expect with a Tassadar healer. Tons of damage mitigation, but not much health recovery. And with this talent, we are going to be able to help with that a little bit. The enemy team engaging here, though, that should have been really easy kills on both of them. But the team seems a little afraid to engage. The Divine Shield going out on Sonya, allowing her to live through that, and Sonya just leaving. So we have a team that's playing really cautious. I guess I just need to make adjustments. When I play E.T.C, I am all about being in your face, because that's how I feel the character is designed. When you're playing E.T.C, the most important thing you can do is just be in the fucking way. If you are body blocking someone, you are doing it right. We're going to stage dive down here. Hello. She's, of course, is going to get out of it. Can we chase this down? Can we secure any kills here? I don't really know. Murky coming back. Does he have Octo Grab? What the fuck? Alright. Okay. He probably got March of the Murlocs because he thought I was getting Mosh Pit. Right? Right? Oh man, this game is all over the place. Okay, we want to push in here. I'm fine with that. Let's just get in the way. E.T.C does not have as big of a hitbox as Diablo. Apparently he took the wrong hole. No, you did great. He doesn't have as big of a hitbox as Diablo, so you do have to try a bit harder to get in the way, but your abilities do complement you quite nicely when you're trying to just move in and be annoying. Let's just grab that globe. What are we sitting at? So we have an extra 54 healing coming off of this ability. There we go. Good body block there is going to secure the kill on Rexar. The enemy team moving up to the top shrine with that Murky. They are going to be able to secure that, so I'm going to head down here and make sure that we secure this. So let's take a look at the enemy team. We have auto attack, auto attack, auto attack, auto attack, and auto attack. So imposing presence is what we're going to go for at level 16. This is going to severely reduce the amount of damage that the enemy team can do, at least to me. We are once again picking up the Dragon Knight, this time uncontested. Very fast cap on the Dragon Knight there. I bet this is going to land. Fuck. Fuck. Yeah, I was wasted. Stage dive does have a 70-second cooldown. I think E.T.C used to have battle momentum. I'm not too sure on that. Don't quote me on that. It might be wrong. But I feel like he used to be able to get his ultimates back pretty quick. With Mosh Pit, which is going to be the ultimate you take in most cases, you do have to remember that it has a severely long cooldown, which means that when you go in, when you try to lock down the enemy team, it's very important that... Whoa, I'm gonna die. It's very important that you have, like, superb positioning. Can I do anything to get away from this? Yes! Yes, I can, in fact. Yes, I can. Okay. What the fuck is this game? I think Juke City may be a real place. And I'll take you there. Alright. Let's kill this Uther. I need to ping to my team that I'm on the way. We've landed behind him. He has nowhere to go! Can... Okay. Oh. All right then. Well, I'm overextended now, I guess. This is what I mean by with E.T.C, you really are relying on your team in a lot of ways. Way more than any other warrior, I would say. Considering in the land of E.T.C, your biggest export is body blocks and crowd control. If people don't respond to what you're trying to do with your body blocks and crowd control, if people quite simply aren't in the market for it that day, you're not going to be selling anything. I feel like that's a good analogy, the E.T.C market. Why not? Fuck it. Why not? Movement speed could be really good on E.T.C at level 13, I believe. No, it's at level 16. Speed metal, I believe you used to be able to get that talent by itself and then get Echo Pedal as well, which meant that E.T.C was just super fast. He could get in the way, he could chase everybody down, and then with Echo Pedal you would be pulsating out damage at the same time. Yeah, they nerfed that. It was way too strong. So now we have this weird conjunction. No, not conjunction. This weird, can't think of the word. Starts with a C though. Let me know if you can think of it. Someone's gonna get it and I'll be like, fuck, that was the word. That's gonna be an interaction in the comments. Palatine, the word you were thinking of was blank. Fuck, that was the word. Thank you. And that's it. And then it's gonna have like 68 thumbs ups and you're not gonna really know why. That's okay. That's alright. Looks like Jim Raynor taken down by... what's your team doing last game? I don't know. Losing? Losing really bad? Last game we had a Rexar that was just a dick. Just a terrible person. I was going to record that game, and then I got in and I saw him running his mouth, and I was like, you know what, I don't want to put up with this, and I just canceled the recording. And we went with this one. This game is much more enjoyable, so I'm pretty happy with that outcome. Vala coming down to help us with the Murloc. We are going to take him down just fine. Then I'm going to jump middle and get the Dragon Knight, because I'm E.T.C and I can do that. It's like we're playing Falstad. Fuck, she died. I'm sorry, Fred. I'm sorry, I didn't know. Stage dive has a bigger impact area. No. Oh, impact, or the cooldown is reduced by 15 seconds for every hero we hit with it. That's pretty cool. It's too bad I've never hit anyone with stage dive. Death metal seems cool. We can have both ultimates then. And if we die, we have the chance to crowd control someone. I think I'm going to go with that. So whenever we die, well, as E.T.C now, we're going to use our other ultimate, which is Mosh Pit. Now, maybe we'll catch someone with it. Maybe we won't. Here comes Misha. We're going to dodge that stun. Hello. Hi, Ufer. I'm just going to run away now. Yeah, I don't want anything to do with this. So, we have a Dragon Knight pushing that's going to be doing a lot of work, but we also have the enemy team trying to end the game right now as well. This is scary. This is scary. If our Dragon Knight doesn't perform well here, we're going to lose. I'm going to go back and get full health because I feel like that's important. And then we're going to stage dive in on these guys. Tassadar severely out of position, so we're going to stage dive right on top of Tassadar, hitting Uther, slowing him down. Can we make anything happen with this? I don't really know. Sonya coming in, very low health, but of course she's going to have some healing here. Now we're just completely out of position. Can I get out of this one? We might be able to kill Sonya. Not with healing. Let's just like... let's just walk away. This is fine. Meanwhile, the Dragon Knight winning the game. Core at 30% health right now. Is it going to have enough life to seal the deal? No, it's not. And of course, while I was looking, Sonya turns around and starts dealing damage. Knockbacks used to interrupt Sonya's spin as well, which means she was just fucking countered by everything. Sonya was just awful. And E.T.C was great at countering her. Not so much anymore. Not so much anymore. But we can come in here and just interrupt a bit more. Now we're a bit out of position, and we are going to need... to go back and heal. But the enemy team, I think they're going to be running out of steam. I think they're going to be falling back. So definitely an interesting trade there. Both teams trying to win. We just defended a little bit better. We are going to have Mosh Pit, or excuse me, we are going to have Stage Dive in just 7 seconds from right now. So Uther doesn't have his Ghost. Rexar already used the Boars. The enemy team really doesn't have much right now, and I see an Uther that's way out of position. So I'm just going to get in the way, and I'm going to try to capitalize on this. Sonya moving in on our back line. We're going to take her down. I'm going to stage dive back here. Hello! The slow is going to be stopping their escape. We're going to move in the way of Vala. Stop her. The enemy team's starting to split up a bit. Rexar is... Oh, he's gonna be body blocked. Look at that. Look at that. E.T.C getting in the way like only E.T.C can. And a beautiful blink from Marvala is actually gonna put her in a great spot there. Now we're just gonna move in the way of Uther, who is actually going in for a kill here. Good. Let's go win. Go win. All right. That was cool. Yeah, that went well. That went very well. We do have the Hyperion on the core. Might be able to finish it off by itself. We can come in here and heal our ally just a little bit. And what do you know? That was actually a really entertaining game. That was fun. I said G. No, I didn't say any. Apparently I'm replying to Punisher now? What did Punisher message me? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what that was. So yeah, that's E.T.C. You rely on your team a ton. I do not recommend him at all. Not at all for solo queue. Play any other warrior in solo queue and you will have a much more enjoyable experience. And I don't really know if I recommend this build at all either. I made it completely situational on what we saw in today's match, which I guess is what you should be doing, but doesn't always work out. My damage is abysmal though. I just want to point that out. I want to make that very clear. I was in combat nearly this entire video, and we only put in 30,000 damage. That's very low, very low. So E.T.C is all about body blocking, he's all about crowd control, and he's all about just being annoying and getting in the way of things. Back in the day, he used to be incredibly strong. I know I've already talked about this because you could have speed metal, which increases your movement speed, and echo pedal at the same time, which means you could run circles around everyone, just get in the way, be a dick. You could pick up Bolt of the Storm at level 20 and couple it with Mosh Pit at level 10, so you blink into the middle of an enemy team, you Mosh Pit, everyone starts dancing, and then your team wombo combos them down. He's amazing at that, and he's decent in group play, just not in solo play at all. Do not play him. It's been a very frustrating experience, other than the game you just saw, which was fantastic, so that's great. Thank y'all for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Up next, we have Falstad Wildhammer. Isn't Falstad dead? Let me know down in the comments. And someone's keeping track of how much I'm winning, right? Because I want that. Okay, bye!